well, I think that's enough of that.
Yep.
Let's just move on.
Before we do,
Connors.
we do, Einkun is in the chat. Anybody else can join the chat.
Enrique.
He's first of all, we're not middle age yet.
How dare you?
I was gonna say we're all just late 20s.
I don't have an issue with being middle aged, but I need to be middle aged for that to be true. So
Phil, are you 27?
Almost. I'll be 27 in May.
Okay. All right. Still in that mid-20s ass.
We're still mid-20s, you know. Me and Ash had to have that conversation. Me and Ash had to have that conversation the other day where I had to explain to her that early 20s, so like 20, you're just 20, right?
Yeah.
Early 20s, you got 21 to 23.
Yes.
Mid-20s, 24 to 26.
Yep.
Late 20s, 27, 29.
100%.
And she refused to accept that.
Hey.
I mean, that's the perfect breakdown. There's no other way to how else can you perceive that?
You know?
Are you like unless she's widening the mid-20s gap and mid-20s is 23 to 27.
I imagine that's probably what she's doing. She didn't explain herself because, you know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Because they fit so evenly in the numbers that you said.
They do, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Well. My turn?
But yeah,
Yes.
I'm close to you know, we're I mean, if Einkun calls me middle-aged, with my family's medical history, there's a good chance that I am middle-aged.
Jesus. What's with you guys being dark today? Am I the source of light?
Same here, Phil. I don't know what
Jesus.
My dad is going to be my first example of what a Bothell man in his late 50s is going to be, you know?
Well, I guess you have to avoid the other things that have prevented other Bothell men from getting that old.
For the most part, that's smoking. So, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm doing
there
all right,
you go.
you know?
Nice.
Smoking and suicide.
Yes.
You know?
Very light episode today.
Well, Connor.
Yeah,
Just a mini game.
I can't think of a transition.
You
I'm
don't
doing
need
20
one.
questions. 20 questions, you know what it is. They ask a question, I say yes or no. We're not doing any of that maybe stuff. But in this case, I am choosing video games. Most of the time we do video game characters, but this is video games, as in things that are separate from the characters of video games.
I feel like
Phil,
this will be easier.
Yeah.
I think so.
Phil, when he says 20 questions, does your brain ever automatically go to characters, or do you just think video games in general?
I usually go characters because that's usually what 20 questions is about.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Even the little handheld thing, it is like, am I a U.S.
specific
president?
thing.
Yeah.
right?
You've never gone to the Genie website?
Ekinator.
Yeah, but yeah,
Ekinator,
I'm
that's
not-
what it's called.
Yeah, but I've gone there once or twice, but I don't spend extended periods of time on there.
You don't?
No.
Huh. You should.
I've only fooled the Ekinator twice in my life.
What were they?
You can fool him if you put it on somebody else. So, like, if my thought is Connor Elliott, he's not going to get to Connor Elliott.
Of course not. No.
Well, no, I mean like general things. It was something very obscure. I think it was from like some TV show I watched when I was a kid.
I did the same once.
I may have. I don't
know
remember.
everything.
Let's get to it.
Well, it's all a matter of who's going to ask the first question. And you know what? Phil, you're going to ask the first question on what game
Okay.
this could be.
Is this game from a Western developer?
No.
Okay.
This game from a Japanese developer.
Yes.
Is this game an RPG?
Yes.
This game in the Final Fantasy series.
No.
Is this game Chrono Trigger?
No.
Damn, it started shooting.
I know, I was surprised.
Right away. Is this game
Go for it.
turn-based?
Is it turn-based? Mm-hmm. No.
I was gonna say, do you not know? Like,
for some reason, I thought I shouldn't think, but Kevin's gonna get me on something. He always tries to with this game.
turn-based.
He's always trying to make me
it's a-
trip over my words, which I do on my own
Eastern
all the time.
Japanese action RPG.
I have it written down. Yeah. So
To be fair, he didn't say it was an action RPG, but it's
What's
not
the
like
opposite of
it's not likely going to be anything else.
you never know.
Turn-based kind of, it knocks out tactics, it knocks out CRPGs, traditional
on.
RPGs.
I think it's pretty clear that it's a Japanese action RPG. That's not in the Final Fantasy franchise.
Right.
Give me, is this game from the last 10 years?
No.
Okay. Fuck. Okay.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Is this game from software?
Yes.
Is this game Bloodborne?
No.
That's still
I
within the
guess
last 10
it's
years.
right. It's right on the bubble of 10 years. Yeah. It was 2015. Okay.
Is it Demon Souls?
No.
Leaves you with two options,
Ooh.
Phil.
No.
You never know.
What if I mean, is that an RPG?
I don't know. Is it?
I was
Unless
thinking
you went,
of like
did you go like deep?
that's I'm exactly where you're at. Like,
I don't.
My mind is your
Armored
mind,
Core
you
is
know?
not an RPG.
That's exactly where I'm thinking. It's not an
yeah.
RPG.
Armored Core is not an RPG.
Give me
from software. There's 2 games that I can think of that are eligible
give me
here.
Dark Souls 2.
No.
Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
There it is.
It was.
You had a coin
50-50,
flip
right?
there, Phil. You had a coin flip. I probably would have made the same choice. You know.
It's me, so makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But because it's you, that's another reason I would have guessed Dark Souls 2. Because know we would guess Dark Souls before Dark Souls 2.
You're absolutely right, Phil. And just not. I guess you're not absolutely right because.
Damned if I do, damned if I
Dark Souls
don't.
2. Yeah,
No.
right. But
For the purposes of a TikTok edit, Connor, can you say 20 questions video game edition?
20 questions video game edition.
There you go.
20 questions video game edition. I looked at the camera.
There you
See,
go.
now you have perfect footage. Next game. Tavin, you go first.
This game from
Anyway, what there? Is that what your answer question is?
listen, you immediately cut all video games in half. That's the best way to do it. Is this game from
Yeah,
a
it
Western
is.
studio?
Yes.
All right.
Is this game a first-person shooter?
No.
Is this a PlayStation Studios game?
Yes.
Is this game from the last 10 years?
Yes. Now, wait 1 second. PS Studio game, what do you mean by that?
I think exactly what he asked.
Does the PlayStation, like in some form or fashion, like does the PlayStation Studios logo come up when you load up the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Should.
It should. It definitely should. Bing bong. You said last 10 years, right, Phil?
Yeah.
The answer to that was yes. Didn't know if I.
You had to hesitate to it, which throws me off.
No, I didn't know if I had answered
Yeah.
it, and I was like, "Oh, hesitate for what? The PlayStation question?"
No, the year.
Oh,
question.
yeah.
See, for me, that eliminates Horizon because that was 2014, right?
17.
Oh
Still
my
in
god.
the running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking brain is fried, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're way off there.
Fuck. Okay. Is it Horizon?
The most logical question to ask. It is not.
Is this Helldivers 2?
No. I was taking time because I was still writing the other one. I didn't need to do that, but to make sure. But no, it is not Helldivers 2.
It's not a first-person shooter. It's from Western developer. It's a PlayStation Studios game, and it's from the last 10 years.
When I'm typing these things out, I'm like,
He hesitated when he said PlayStation Studio game, which there.
because it was the like measure of what that means. Because I know there's like PlayStation Studio was a developer, wasn't it? Also, no, that was
No.
thinking of something else.
Might be thinking of Japan.
I'm definitely thinking of Japan Studios.
Yeah.
I don't know why. No gel divers is what I put on this list here. Because I never, like when I'm typing them out, I never do it correctly most of the time. So it's just weird things.
I flub on my keyboard all the time. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My fingers are too fat for typical keyboard.
Is this game, or should I say, does this game star a female lead?
No.
Okay.
You really wanted to be Horizon, don't you?
We're at I was like what other PlayStation game?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess like Uncharted Lost Legacy. But,
Ah, yes.
see,
Oh.
we're at the point where we could keep asking broad questions to like really narrow it in, or we could just start shooting.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, right?
Is this game Spider-Man?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Damn. Right on the money. You didn't even say Spider-Man 2. It was just Spider-Man.
No, I didn't think you would. Here's what it really was: is you hesitated when you said PlayStation Studios. Spider-Man came out before Insomniac was acquired.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well,
is that why you hesitated?
Studio.
That's what I read from.
And I was like,
they are currently a PlayStation Studio, but at the time they were not.
They were not. But everyone's like,
they were a third-party studio working on a first-party title.
Indeed.
They put a ring on it after Spider-Man.
Traditionally would have been called a second-party studio, but those don't that doesn't really exist anymore.
It does not. Do not let this scumbag win entirely, Phil. He already won, but
even though it does kind of though, because like I would consider Team Ninja like a second-party studio, even though they do make games for Xbox sometimes. But I consider them a second-party studio. I consider the Stellar Blade devs a second-party studio right now. Any like Chinese or Korean dev I consider a second-party studio to PlayStation right now. Like it kind of came back a little bit, but we just don't label it that way.
Right. Oh, well, it's Phil's turn to continue. But I was saying, don't let this scumbag win. Yeah, that was
up two.
My bases. Yeah, out of 3.
You have 3?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
usually 3. It's usually 3. Yeah.
You try and get a blowout, Tavin.
Is this game? I'm going to start from a different question.
Yeah.
Is this game an Xbox studio game?
No.
I would have narrowed it down to like 5 titles.
It could. Then he would be really on the track to getting the answers.
But the opposite is now true. He eliminated like 5 titles.
Yeah, well, yeah, can't win them all.
Is this game from the last 10 years?
No.
Fucking copycat.
Right.
Is this game?
Maybe because you kept asking that question is why you didn't win. So maybe now you'll win.
Is this game? Is this game playable on the Xbox 360?
Yes. If it was, that's not necessarily true.
Okay. Game a first-person shooter.
Yes.
What came out?
What came out?
Is this in the Call of Duty franchise?
No.
Okay.
It's in the Battlefield franchise.
No. Thankfully, we will not be going through those franchises.
Is this game Star Wars Battlefront?
No. Why you give him a queer look?
None of those were on.
I think the first one was on 360, wasn't it?
Would have been a
Xbox.
Would have been a PS2 and Xbox series.
No. I'm saying from like the newer generation. I thought it was on 360.
2015.
Okay. For whatever reason, I have a memory of that one having the 360, not a backwards.
Is this
not
Titanfall?
Backwards, but...
Maybe it did have it at some point. It is not Titanfall.
I was trying to get clever.
Mm-hmm. Not Total Fall.
I got a couple of more clever answers. I just don't know if I should shoot for these or if I should try and narrow it down.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of your repetitiveness.
Playable on the 360. It's a first-person shooter.
Not many first-person shooters out there. Huh? Oh.
Is this game Crysis 3?
No.
That was a great pull, Phil.
Was that in the last 5-10 years?
No, it was on the 360.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, we said it wasn't in the last 10 years.
Yeah, no. That's why I was like, I thought that was
anything
later.
On 360 is.
Yeah, I know. That's the.
Yeah.
Like, I don't associate it with 360. I do with the 2.
Wolfenstein: The New Order.
No. No. No.
I was on 360?
Pretty sure. Could be wrong. Pretty sure it was. Definitely on PS4.
If that was on 360, then easily.
It was like a 2013 game. I think it was in that weird like cross. No, I think it was a 2014 game actually. I think it was in a weird cross-gen state.
Let's see. Yeah, Xbox 360. Crysis 3.
Is this?
You're still on
game...
Crysis 3?
Yeah, I was like,
that game definitively came out on 360.
Yeah, bro. It was on Games with Gold.
Yeah, I see that now. I get it. You can stop reminding me. I get it.
Not an Xbox Game Studios game.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get it.
First-person shooter.
Is this game Perfect Dark?
No.
Fuck.
Boop, boop. Not in the Battlefield franchise.
Yes.
I really thought I was cooking there.
You could have been. That's the cool thing about those polls that you just kind of come out of nowhere with. It can be accurate.
Is this body count?
No. What are you saying?
Remember body count?
My God.
I do not.
Is this game BioShock?
Yes, it is BioShock.
Ah, okay, good one.
Yes, you were on the board. Yeah, I was going to go through it all again, but thankfully I don't have to waste my breath. That is 2 Tavin, 1 Phil.
I'll take it.
You're so good at guessing, Tavin. Congratulations.
Body count was wild.
Now I remember it. You played it, but I didn't.
I played the demo like 100 times. Like, yeah, body count was like a very generic first-person shooter of the era. Wasn't very good. I think it cared about high scores during levels, but it also like treated itself as a serious military shooter. It was a very strange blend of things, if I remember it correctly.